Good morning, viewers. Welcome to the Manifest Direction. We're happy to see you in 2021 and to continue our discussions, our mentorship, our layout of activities for how you can achieve in 2021. Thank you and happy listening. The topic is gotten from the feedback we received from you. A couple of things have happened. Coronavirus took place last year, and governments and individuals around the world are trying to support families to live their lives as close to normal as possible in adjusting to the new normal. In doing this, most governments around the world have created avenues to give credit to micro, small and medium scale people, the mom and pop shops, the individuals, so that survival can be guaranteed. The central banks around the world too have come up with incentives to help borrowers access money so that life can be as close to the normal that was back then as can be. In all of this, we've had people ask us, what does it take to access credit from a bank? So on this episode, we're going to talk about what works in the mind of a banker when he's granting you a facility, a loan, an asset, an advance, depending on your jurisdiction. So what is the banker thinking? The banker is guided by what is called the 5 C's of credit, the 5 C's of loans. So in evaluating the potential of a borrower, the banker looks at the 5 C's of credit. The first C is the collateral. In the banker's mind, the best secured facilities, the best collateralized facilities are those that you use what is being obtained with the loan as the collateral. So what do I mean? If you borrow to buy a house and the banker can use the house as a collateral, he's excited to give you that loan. If you borrow to buy a fridge, a car, then those ones will serve as the collateral. Depending on the complexity of the loan, the collateral for the bank changes. And by the way, people say that I took a collateral to a bank but I wasn't given a loan. No, a banker doesn't lend primarily on the basis of a collateral. A collateral is a secondary way out, a third way out. In case you default on the loan, the collateral can be used to reduce the outstandings or to wipe it out completely. That's the first C of a credit, collateral. The next one is capacity. Do you have capacity for the business? Is the business generating cash flows? Is cash coming in? Your management and yourself, did you study the business? It doesn't mean if you are a lawyer, you can't be a fashion designer. No, but you can be a lawyer, but as long as you want to be a fashion designer and you are borrowing for fashion business, you should study fashion business. You shouldn't rely on what third parties tell you about the business. So capacity is important. The management of the business too, you test their capacity. Do they have a history in running similar businesses? How have they fared in the past? So capacity is very, very key to a banker when he is evaluating your loan. And then character. This is the most important one. Character talks about integrity. If you lack integrity, you won't honor your words. Therefore, a banker won't lend to you if you don't honor your words. How is integrity determined? Your character is determined by checking your past borrowing history. Have you been defaulting? And this is done basically through credit bureaus. You have some credit bureaus coming in Nigeria. Today, the central bank also has an omnibus collector of information on borrowers. So if you borrow from bank A, your information is saved in the credit bureau, such that if you go to bank C tomorrow to borrow, they will check and say, how did you perform when you borrowed from bank A? So your character is very important. Some people borrow and sign irregular signatures. They borrow with an intention not to come and repay in the end. Some use fictitious names. All of that depict bad character, suspicious character. So a banker will shy off from lend it to you if you don't have a good character. The next one is the conditions for the loan. If you are doing birds, chickens, for instance, if you are doing chicken, you must know that there is bird flu out there internationally. Will it affect Nigeria? Will it affect your production? What of the exchange rate? If you are going to import things, will it be will your import be jeopardized because the cost of the dollar has gone up? The conditions of borrowing. When we were in Calabar back in the days, in the 90s, rubber was a hot cake. So you had places like Krell, you had rubber plantations, and then you exported rubber. Places like companies like Michelin, companies like Dunlop had rubber plantations as well, and they were using to produce. But rubber as an international commodity, the prices fell, so it became unattractive. That's why you don't hear of rubber again. So when a banker is lending, he checks the conditions pertaining to that credit he's making, especially for the future. Will they subsist? If the conditions are good today, will they subsist running into the future, or will they run out of steam and therefore fizzle out? Last C is capital. How much skin do you have in the game? If you have your money in a business, you will take care of it more than if you don't have your money and a lender is giving you all the money. So your skin in the business, how much you've contributed to the business, would show the banker you're being convinced or otherwise about the business. So capital is also important. So when you go to approach a bank for a loan, know that these are the things that the banker is thinking behind his back, and then prepare your proposal or your answers to the questions that you'll be asked in line with this, and the process becomes very simple. Thank you all.